Well, open your damn eyes in. It's the old-timey country down-home red state update podcast and them. Coming to you from a bunker underneath Jackie's Market in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And here they are, both of them.
Hey there, welcome Red State Update. My name's Jackie Bros.
Jackie,
Hey,
this is Dunlap.
I know who you are. What?
Are you happy this podcast? Last podcast, you started off laughing, and then Trump wrecked democracy. But I think we knew that. You still allowed yourself a moment to laugh despite Trump wrecking democracy. What I'd like to know now is...
It just ain't him when you say that, Trump wrecking it. He starts it. You got to remember, with him, it's not just him doing it, it's everybody letting him doing it. And that means all Mitch McConnell and from on down, all of them. They just, he can say whatever, and you go, oh, there goes democracy. But no, he needs help. And Lord knows he gets plenty of it. Hell, 71 a million Americans helped him. So you look at it that way. So I don't know. He's getting help. He can't do it just on his own. Got a lot of people. They was all over Washington. Yesterday, day before.
So you're not laughing, I guess is what.
No, it ain't
starting
funny.
this one off. Well, maybe people like it when you're enjoying yourself. And I know we got to talk about the Proud Boys and violence in D.C. and the complete the ruination of democratic norms in this country. No matter what you think is about what America's done in the past, like everything Trump has done, he's just burning all these ways that maybe we could get to some fairer, juster play. So what you're saying is, despite all that, you refuse to give our listeners 3-5 seconds of joy listening to an old man cackle deliriously.
He'd say something funny or something. Maybe I'll laugh. I don't know. But I mean, everybody's saying don't get all worked up like, do like old Joe Biden's doing, just like, oh, he does, how he is, they will recognize that. Don't get all worked up. I don't need briefings. We're okay. Everything's fine. No, I want to feel that way. I want to be a relaxed old man like Joe Biden is appearing to be. I don't know if he really is or not, but, I won't be just like casual. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know how he's been doing this for 4 years. So, yeah.
Some people call him sleepy. I don't know if that's what you're inferring.
Sleepy, relaxed, whatever you want to say. He ain't all worked up. He don't cry like a baby all the time. I'll take sleepy over just you, because baby, you want to go sleep. Remember when you bring that baby home, you first bring it home, and oh hell, I gotta get up. You hold it this time. No, you try to be a good husband. You sit up with the baby too. Oh no, but there ain't nothing you like more than that baby to go to sleep. So I'll take sleepy over crying damn baby.
I think that's true. Presidents or babies, you want sleepy rather than crying doo-doo fit pitching baby.
Yeah, all that.
Doo-doo pants baby crying all the time. I want it. It's mine. I did it. I doo-dooed. It's mine. Gimme. You rather have presidents and babies. Sleepy wins. And he did win. Even crying doo-doo baby keeps slipping up and saying Biden won, and then he has to go back to continue his con and or slow rolling coup, or both at the same time.
Just whining more. Now, I did not say it. I did not say he won. He didn't say it. I do. My do. I do.
I feel like we get to doo-doo pretty fast these days.
Well, it's a baby. Doo-doo's in the drawers. I think that's always been the case as far as this thing's concerned. Anyway.
And also Trump. Trump also does doo-doo in his drawers.
Well, yeah. I would, yeah.
I got to say, that's one of those things, and I don't know if we'll ever really find out for certain, and I don't know the evidence it would require to find out for certain if Trump shit in a diaper. is evidence I'd rather not consider personally.
No, you don't need evidence these days. What are you talking about evidence? Let's just say it. Let's just take away, he's president. Don't matter what, no court don't need no evidence. I just say it. So just as easy as he can say he's president forever, I can say he sits in there and doo-doos in his drawers day and night. Just imagine this. Now, every time he gets on Twitter and says something, he's doo-dooing when he does it. Has to doo-doo every time he gets his telephone out to say whatever. I don't need no evidence for that. It's not necessarily something I won't think about being true either. I'll say that. I don't like to sit here and think about. I really don't think about anything he does. If he was just sitting there doo-dooing himself instead of completely destroying democracy, then yes, I would much rather think about that.
Everybody says it ain't going to be great when we don't have to think about what the president is doing, thinking, saying at every moment. I see that on Twitter a lot. We just won't even think about Biden, and especially won't think about Biden doo-dooing. And I do agree with that. I can't wait to settle into just a vague knowledge that Biden is sucking on a Werther somewhere in the White House. He got a tray out of like hard candy, and there's people around that probably know what they're doing. If they don't know what they're doing, they weren't appointed out of spite. They were appointed because they had fooled somebody into knowing what they're doing, which is how government should be. Not you appoint people just to ruin the next president's job, just to make it harder for people to not die in America.
Is that not what he's done since the get-go? I mean, how many people does he fire and hire over and over? He gotten down to the worst of worst. If you're doing too good a job, he's going to get rid of you. Because unfortunately for him, part of doing a good job is saying the president is full of you-know-what.
Yeah, they said that this is one of the most secure elections that we have had. That dude's gone.
History, yeah.
Esper's gone. How many people has he fired? He's firing people. They're firing people all over the government, and they're installing people to come in that may be harder for Biden to get rid of, make it harder to transition to Biden. Installing people probably for payback or rewards or revenge if they've been disloyal as punishment. It's punishment to Biden, punishment to America. Seems like they got this dude in there, this 30-year-old Johnny McEntee, engineering. This is Washington Post. Much of the post-election purge. They fired him because he had a gambling problem. Well, they hired him back. So I guess that security clearance check turned out a prolific habit for online gambling, says the Washington Post. And then they're like, is that still happening? Who knows? Come on back. Life is a gamble.
Hell, he had to fire whoever does security checks at some point, didn't he? Why didn't he just fire that guy as soon as he told him he couldn't have wife beaters in there or whatever else?
At this point, 4 years on, you look back and you're not shocked by all the terrible things he did and the mistakes he made. It's the times that he got caught and tried to backpedal a little bit, which is not a lot of times. But yeah, anytime they fired somebody who hit women or who was a gambling problem or who are the worst, or anytime
he lied to the FBI.
Yeah,
they're just,
At this point, now that we know he pretty much can do anything up to and including staying in office after he loses an election, it's like, why did they almost apologize for that? They just didn't know what they could do yet, I guess. I reckon they just didn't know how much they could get away with. They just keep testing them waters.
And he's testing he's testing right now. Now, so I understand we want to be sleepy and relax and think, come January, he'll be gone. Let him do what he wants. It don't matter. Let's we got to worry about coronavirus, which is true. We do need to focus on all that stuff. But who's to say this is over in January. I don't care what the courts say. Mitch McConnell, what's he going to say? What all Republicans are going to say? Supposedly back in, we just doing this till we get to Georgia election. We got to keep him on the, we got to have him around for that. After that thing to get back. Who's to say? You just keep doing this and stepping in it further. I don't know where we're going to be January, let alone February and on. What the hell? And come elections in Georgia, what happens? We just going to keep them around till those elections so we can keep a Senate. Well, let's say that Purdue and what's it, Laufer, whatever name is, let's say they lose and Democrats win. Is that going to be the end of it? Well, hell no, it ain't. Purdue going to say the same thing President's saying right now. Election ain't. When Republicans lose, by God, it is corrupt. Somebody cheat. That's all there is to it. When does it end? I don't see it ending. And I sure as hell don't see it end in January. And I ain't trying to scare nobody. Hopefully it's true. He's done. He's tired. He's already slipping up on the Twitter saying so-and-so won, even though I didn't mean anyone, whatever. He's trying to figure out if he's going to go do a TV show or he's going to do this. That's all he's doing. Well, when it comes January, what if he changes his mind? What if all that's right? As long as he got the Congress, he got the House, he got the Senate, he got everybody backing him up. Were they going to take it to the Supreme Court? Well, he got most of the people sitting there. I'm just saying I don't know. I don't think anybody knows. Every time we say, well, he ain't going to do that, then he does it. You draw a line in the sand, he stands up, steps over it. So I hope Sleepy Joe's right. I hope Relax Joe is said, I'll calm down. He'll be gone. Even if he does leave, he ain't going to be gone. If he ain't in the White House, he's going to be somewhere saying that it was stolen from him and going to get in the middle of whatever Joe Biden trying to do, on and on. So whether he's in there or he ain't.
Yeah, ain't this a little bit of a coup anyway? Like, even if he don't stay in office, he has successfully convinced a huge chunk of our fellow Americans, Jackie, that Biden stole it with no evidence other than just pouting doo-doo, baby. Said it. So, I mean, he's kind of stole it even if he leaves office. To me, it's hard to imagine him wanting to, because that's a fight. Even if you get a lot of Republicans to go along with you, even if the Supreme Court wins, you just kind of embattled in there the whole time. People say you're illegitimate. Whereas you could leave office, still be surrounded by Proud Boys and ass kissers and buy Newsmax and do whatever you want and then call them illegitimate. It just seems to me that people are happy. The Republican Party, Fox News, everybody seems to be happier when there's a Democrat in there, just happier. And you call them illegitimate. I ain't saying Mitch McConnell don't want all the power. That's scary. You're right. If Mitch McConnell's like, well, you get all this, why wouldn't he do that? But for most people, it's just like, why not just ruin everything a Democrat president tries to do? That's fun. It's fun for Trump. He knows how to do it. He doesn't have to live in the White House anymore. He don't have to work near as hard like he's working at all. Trust me, he don't want to spend any more time in courthouses trying to keep him in the White House than he's going to end up going to courthouses anyhow when he gets out of there. Of course, who says he's going to show up to that? And he gets indicted by Southern District, New York, by God, it's time. And now he's going to pay a piper. Day he steps out. Day he ain't. They summon him. You better show up. Who going to say he's going to show up? Why does he show up to that? Why does this man do anything anybody says he's supposed to do or what's right or any of this mess? He going to do what he wants to do, period. He got all these people helping him. He got the entire GOP who don't give a... If this don't prove it, the GOP don't give one damn about this country, then I don't know what does. It is a scary... The route you laid out, Jackie, is pretty scary, where Trump tests the water, pushes some boundaries. The Republicans don't say nothing. A few of them come out and tut. Oh, I don't know, Mitt Romney, or a few of them like Pompeo makes their little smirk jokes. And then he pushes the boundaries, and they can either tut or agree with him, and then they do it later after the boundaries have been pushed. So they get to have it all the different terrible ways.
Yep.
And so when Reverend Warnock beats, who's he running against, the terrible man or the terrible woman?
Terrible woman. Lifer, however you say. I don't know how you say her name.
Why is it, this doesn't make any sense to me. Like, why can't they have an election a better way than this? Now, you got him running against him and him running against her. Well, what if her does better against him? Like, why can't they just have a four-way? Why do you have to vote? Yeah. Why do you have to vote for? Why can't you just vote for your top two picks? Why do you have to vote for him versus him? Like, what if you'd rather vote for her versus him?
All I know about Georgia politics is they're pretty corrupt unless Stacey Abrams is looking into it.
So, Jackie, President Doo-Doo Baby concedes nothing. Let's just run through the news real fast.
Yeah.
Now that we've taken up space in our listeners' heads with our worst fears. So, President Doo-Doo Baby said he concedes nothing today, but he keeps slipping up and saying Joe Biden won.
Yeah.
But he can't slip up and say Joe Biden won because he got to have that money. Donations go to under 8,000. Go to the Trump election defense, right? So, like, he ain't gonna get that money.
Read the fine print goes to cover the campaign costs too. It goes to defense. Who I guess
election defense in quotation marks.
I guess all that money goes to Giuliani now. As soon as the courts sort of all these judges, federal judges, throwing this mess out one by one, then he pushed Giuliani in charge, which I guess makes sense because why the hell not at this point?
I just picture Giuliani. Yeah, I got it all coming in, and he's just tearing the lid off a little applesauce snack pack. And like spooning out half and filling the rest with vodka.
Yeah.
I'm just going to lick it up with my tongue. Like a senile, corrupt rat. I don't know.
I don't like the idea of him eating, drinking nothing. I know he's a drunk, but you mix the applesauce, it just all, I don't like anything going in his mouth.
There's really no pathway for Trump to stay in office. He keeps coming up with New York Times says Trump floats improbable survival scenarios as he ponders his future. But as we have just said, he doesn't need a probable scenario. He just needs to do it and then see what happens. They might drag him out. They might drag him out by his feet, like everybody said the whole time. But I don't know who's going to do it. And there's lots of people who could do it. Secret Service, cops, Army. Sure.
Wait and see, I suppose. He got Kayleigh McEnany going. What's it? Kayleigh McEnany.
Making
Kayleigh Mackin. She's going on there at Fox show that'll have her and saying, well, what about the evidence that she holds up a bunch of binders? Like, well, look at here. I've got binder after binder full. This is all. Don't really say what it is, the names or something in it. But that's all it takes for most folks. Well, the president to say it and her to show up, a bunch of papers. That's it. Now, every time a lawyer tries to show one of these binders, most of them don't even make it to the courtroom, evidently, because when they get put on the spot, most of these lawyers determine, well, hell, do I want to help the president, overthrow democracy, or want to keep my lawyer's license? Well, I think I want to keep my living, so I'm going to tell them, no, I don't have any evidence. That's pretty much what's happened every time one of these lawyers get put on the spot. So I don't know. Kayleigh McEnany, you need to quit taking those binders on Fox and get them in the courtroom, because otherwise none of this going anywhere for y'all.
Yeah. she keeps saying things like president will attend his own inauguration. Navarro says assumption second Trump term. Pompeo says smooth transition to second Trump administration. But then you got people like Bolton coming out today saying, y'all need to talk to this motherfucker.
Hey, watch your mouth. Bolton, no, yeah.
But I mean, Bolton.
I heard somebody
got on TV again. He tells his mustache, I think we're going to be on TV today. His mustache said, you did good. His haunted mustache.
I heard somebody on one of these things. I don't know which one. I can't keep it all separate. It's probably someone on CNN, one or another. And they're saying, well, it's like Pelosi said, I don't care whether he succeeds or not. He's leaving or whatever. And then somebody, one of them talking heads, whatever, which one said, like, well, he don't have to leave. Let him stay in the White House. Joe Biden can go check into the hotel and run the country from there. Just, I guess that's true, but I think a better way to put it is what you just said, Caleb. He'll be at his own inauguration, which will be in front of another landscaping place or whatever. Let them do that. Let Joe Biden go in the White House, and this, because that's pretty much what it's going to be. Wherever he's going to be at, whether it's on his own TV station or Margot logo, whatever it is, he's still going to be saying he's president. So go through the whole routine. Let him put his hand on the Bible. Let him do it all. Let him inaugurate himself. It just ain't going to be in the real world in the White House. I'm fine with that.
Biden checks into a hotel. He'll be down in the lobby at 4:55 a.m. every morning waiting for the free breakfast. Ain't y'all got that waffle machine up yet?
You like to eat, yeah.
You like free, early. He gets up probably 3:45 a.m. You know how old people are, Jackie. You know.
Well, the pancakes be out by the time I get back from my bike ride?
I like to put, he pulls a bag of chocolate chips out of his pocket. I like to put my own chocolate chips in there. So I guess we're just, okay, so that's where we're at as a country, is that even if we don't listen to Trump as president, we're just going to let him pretend to be president and live in the White House. That's cool. Things are going great. Things are going great. I'm pretty sure that's exactly what the founders envisioned, that we'd have fake president doo-doo babies just sitting in a puddle of their own filth and self-pity instead of letting the elected next president come in and save the country during a pandemic. It's exactly, I think, what Thomas Jefferson said when he wasn't owning slaves. So, and if he doesn't win, if he does leave the White House, apparently he's just going to immediately say he's running in 2024, could declare as he concedes, as he leaves the White House, and just start running. Running immediately.
His niece, the one woman that wrote the book, said that ain't ever going to happen because he ain't going to put himself in a position where he'd lose again. That's what she says. But
well, he doesn't. He's already. We're saying he may not leave as president, even if it's just like a fake not leave. So now I guess we're saying he may just fake run for president. Sure. That's what he did the first time, and that turned out pretty good for him.
Yeah, it did.
Not for us.
Nope. Not anybody I know of, unless you're just hateful and dumb. I don't know who it's worked out for. Right now, they're holding all the money. You're supposed to give money over to get the furniture and the computers up and running and all this stuff. You're supposed to transition team. They ain't giving them no money. They ain't giving them briefings. Now, some of the Republicans, to their credit, this is where they get concerned. They don't care about the country. They can destroy the country. They don't have a problem with the GOP themselves destroying democracy in the country, but the idea of another country stepping in and doing it before they can, they don't like it. So they're stepping up and saying, well, he needs briefings in case there's, immediate threat. We need to get briefings. The only briefing he needs is to look at any of you dumb SO whatevers on TV saying that Trump has every right to say that he won the election. That's the briefing he needs. Y'all the ones tearing it up. Y'all going to destroy it before anybody else does. But by God, you want Biden to make sure, you sure do want Biden to make sure don't nobody else come in and tear it up. That's for y'all to screw up.
Yeah, Lindsey Graham, even said that Biden should get intelligence briefings. So that he's thinking if there's a chance they can bomb Iran and they miss it because of Trump, Instagram's going to be so furious he would never say a word about it to Trump. Yeah, and Susan Collins, President-elect Biden, she very always means what she says. Susan Collins, just a stalwart, just a rock.
Yeah.
Democracy hasn't failed us in 200 years, what she said. So I guess we're doing. Hey, but there's no time like the present. And who's us?
Well, yeah, all this transition stuff. Here's the most important thing out of all this stuff, and Lord knows he's messed it up so bad. The coronavirus. He's like, well, I can't just let this work itself out. I can't just step out of the way and let like adults come in and tell people what they need to do to keep from getting sick instead of me telling them the exact opposite because that's what they like to hear. However you want to put it, whatever. But this country, there's a vaccine about to come out. It's going to be one of the biggest undertakings this country has ever gone through. One of the most elaborate, complicated things that we could ever do is to distribute this vaccine to everybody all over this country. And I ain't telling him nothing. I got a plan. My plan's going to work, and New York ain't getting any. That's my plan. How are they supposed to do any of this stuff? And look, at least I know, like you said earlier, thank the Lord, Biden's going to put most people in the job that have already done it and know how to damn do it. So good for them. But Lord knows they need to know all this stuff. They got that above all else. You've destroyed the economy because you let this virus get out of hand, which, by the way, is worse than it's ever been. We're breaking records every day. ICUs filled up in I don't know how many states. I lost count. And then at the same time, the airline's doing a lot better because more people bought tickets to go home for Thanksgiving than they have in forever. Those two things don't go together. Don't make a damn bit of sense. I'm going to see my family this Thanksgiving, by God. I'm going home. Well, that may be the last Thanksgiving you ever get to see them if you get them sick. I feel bad for anybody up in age like me, old people in the family. So, well, we're coming to see you. Like, don't come see me. I mean, I don't want to see you anyways, but definitely don't come because you might kill me.
I tell you what, Jackie, when I come over on Thanksgiving, I'll help you keep everybody away.
You ain't coming over. Ain't nobody coming over Thanksgiving. I don't have nobody over here.
What are you cooking, though?
None of your business. I ain't going to give you no incentive to even try to come over. I'm doing my own thing on Thanksgiving. Between me and my wife, we're going to be together. That's all I need. Don't want nobody else.
Romantic.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it.
Thanksgiving.
Whatever you want to call it, yeah.
Well, maybe I'll cook something for you and drop it off.
Thanksgiving ain't ever romantic. That don't go together. Christmas, you can kind of be romantic. You give us, a little gift and everything, sit in front of the fireplace. But Thanksgiving is a bunch of food, eating a bunch of food. Nobody wants to get lovey-dovey when the belly's all full. You don't mix those two, romance and that. That don't work on Thanksgiving. Christmas kind of works. Valentine's Day, that's what it is, Halloween even worse because lady like to wear, cat outfit, whatever man wear. You can get a little romantic with almost every holiday, but no, sir, not Thanksgiving. No, that's when you undo your butt and your belly hanging out, you're full of food and gas everything else. Don't nobody want to get romantic on Thanksgiving.
Jesus, I wish I hadn't brought it up now. Well, what about before, as you're cooking and there's that frantic sexual energy?
No.
Everybody's got butter all over their hands. How about then?
No.
Before you've eaten all that stuff and you're smoking cigarettes and down in the mid-morning drinks.
No. Thanksgiving romance don't go together. No, because it's like the family they're coming over. I mean, not this year, but usually.
What about rubbing and cooking?
What?
Rubbing and cooking.
Rubbing?
And cooking. Just a romantic Thanksgiving.
No, Thanksgiving romance don't go together. You can work it out however you want with the rest of the holiday. Easter don't really work. I don't think Easter romantic. Painting up egg laying. No, and Jesus coming back.
There's some church people that I guarantee you, they get like a 6 kid on Easter. They all dressed up, wearing them sexy ass pastels.
All right, just
come back from church like shit. I've never seen so many people in church just already getting engorged. They're like, shit. You want to? That's a good thing about having 5 kids. They entertain each other. Let's go back to the bedroom and have Jesus sanctioned.
All right, I don't want to hear about it. You can do. Watch your mouth. You can switch everything every which way if you want to, but I'm telling you, Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I can.
Romance don't go together with Thanksgiving. It's just gravy and turkey and mashed potatoes and dressing and I mean on and on. It just everybody just nobody wants to have anybody doing something with their body. But
let me tell you something. Here's what you need: go to the drugstore on your way home from Thanksgiving. First of all, don't go this year. Don't do nothing.
Yeah,
just do the fucking.
Shut your mouth.
But with people you're already bubbled with. Just stop by the drug. This is for future Thanksgivings. Stop by the drugstore, get the lube, the rubbers, and the damn.
Shut your mouth.
Alka-Seltzer, and you're fine.
Shut your mouth.
That's all you need. Just do a little forethought.
I know.
Get some damn Tums. Hell, I
wish I hadn't said nothing now. Just you could
Prilosec and Alka-Seltzer and a damn warming liquid. Get it on.
Now, you don't want your body doing a bunch of stuff, moving this way or that, sloshing around. No. On Thanksgiving, no.
You say that, but I guarantee you there's somebody online now looking for sloshing stomach porn.
All right, shut your mouth.
More than 130 Secret Service officers are said to be infected with coronavirus or quarantined in wake of Trump's campaign travel. Jackie, I do not know why Trump does not want to transition with Biden, because that seems to give him twice as many people to infect with coronavirus. He can get all his people sick and all Biden's people sick. It seems to be what he lives for now. Ben Carson tested positive for COVID. Corey Lewandowski tested positive for coronavirus. I tell you what, sometimes I'm like, yeah, God is good. Like, there have been times, this has been a weird year, because I'm like, there is no way that a God exists is looking down on this saying, yeah, this has happened on my watch. I'm all powerful. This is fine. And then they sometimes, like when I read Corey Lewandowski tested positive for coronavirus, I'm like, there's no way there ain't a God. Like that. That's something only a God would do.
Well, now, the scientists would disagree with you there. I ain't disagreeing with you because Lord knows I believe in God, and I think God works in mysterious ways, sometimes not so mysterious like what you just mentioned. But a lot of scientists said God ain't got nothing to do with it. If you're going around with each other or not wearing a mask or don't social distance or any of that, y'all going to get sick. That's pretty much what happens. Scientists been more right about this than I've seen any church. So, I don't like to give scientists points over church. I ain't doing that. I'm just saying when it comes to this particular thing, it seems like they've been more right than wrong.
I think you can believe in science and follow the scientists' recommendations and stay distant, stay masked, stay home, and believe that Jesus gave Corey Lewandowski coronavirus.
All right, you can't. Well, also Jesus gave you the common sense to listen who you gonna listen to, Corey Lewandowski or the doctor. It depends on what doctor, I guess. Now that matters too. Don't listen to Dr. Atlas. He don't know the first thing about it. But anyhow, Jesus give you brains to use, not just sit around and wait for Jesus to do everything for you. I guess in Corey Lewandowski's case, he was waiting around until Jesus give him, coronavirus, but still.
And Corey Lewandowski, I guarantee you, is the kind of person that gets coronavirus unless he's laid up with it. If he's asymptomatic at all, has the energy that so many people have been robbed of to get out and go to Walmart without a mask, he's doing that. And I don't believe it's a scam. Jerking on people's arms. Just what an asshole.
Worse people. And I don't understand. And here you talk about the good Lord. And I hope everyone that gets it recovers. That includes the president and all about it. I don't want nobody, I ain't wishing for nobody dead. First and foremost, let me make that clear. But it does make my mind.
Hardly anybody. I'm wishing for hardly anybody.
Listen, when coronavirus can come and take John Prine from us, but every one of these, everybody in the staff so far seemed to be just fine, seemed to get through it just fine. Now, I don't know how the Lord wants to make that work out. That ain't for me to know, but I don't understand.
Yeah, Corey Lewandowski is a terrible person. But even if he was a nice person, he did not sing John Deere Green. So I don't understand how this is being, what the lists look like, what the reasoning for these lists are in heaven. If there's a coronavirus take and a coronavirus let live, you would think that John Deere Green would get you keep on going, and being Corey Lewandowski would be like, you're out of here. But, I'm not God. I wish I was. I wish I was.
Mysterious ways, as I say.
Mysterious ways.
Not for us to know. Not for us to know.
That's what they say every time something happens. It might knock a few bucks out of the collection plate. The mysterious ways of the Lord. Oh, Jackie, it looks like allies to President Donald Trump are exploring the possibility of acquiring and investing in conservative outlet Newsmax as a competitor to Fox News. This is perplexing to a lot of liberals and to conservatives, I guess, and I'm sure Fox News itself, that the new chant among the Trumpies and the Proud Boys and the terrible men with guns and trucks and flags is Fox News sucks.
That's taken over for CNN. It used to be CNN, not no more now. Now it's Fox News right there. And the Murdochs, y'all deserve this. Y'all made this happen. You helped build this. This is yours. No one, if there's any just reward to that, is watching you go down in flames, hopefully.
So they're all out stabbing people and chanting Fox News sucks. The Million MAGA March didn't have 1 million people, but they did. Plenty of assholes showed up anyway to instigate violence that the president can blame on Antifa and your aunt can get worried about. And doesn't want to go to Kroger because she's afraid Antifa might be there when that people stabbing and hitting, punching, instigating are the Trump people. It's going great. And I can understand why you might not want to be. Why it might be good if you're Rupert Murdoch to have the terrible Trump people with the flags going, Fox News sucks, because then you can go, see, that's not us. But it is.
It is. You helped it. You gave them every bit of help they needed.
30 years, almost 30 years of doing it. 25 years. How long?
Generations. This is finally what you came to. This is where the Republican Party pushed, actually was trying to pull away from. When Romney lost, I remember that big old dossier they put out, or whatever you will call it. They got down, they said, this is what we did wrong. We need to reach out. We don't need to push people away. We need to embrace the Latino vote. We need to embrace people of color. That's what the future of our party, that's what it depends on. And by God, they did the exact opposite and got 71 damn million people to vote. So it is what it is now, people. I know there's some people want to say, the Lincoln group or whatever, all the people, this is what the Republican Party. I know Mitt Romney wants us to think, well, what the Republican Party really is and how. No, that's gone, dead, been dead for years. Fox helped kill it, worked on it. It was a slow grind, but they did it. It's gone. Don't expect it to come back. It ain't ever coming back. This is what it is now. It's Trump. It's these people out in the street screaming and hollering. There's plenty of people sitting home don't want to get out in the street to scream and holler then. That's how it used to be. But now take it to the next level. Going to knife and hit and punch. We don't accept results of elections. We're not going to. This is what it is now. These Republicans, Mitch McConnell, don't give two damns about democracy. Don't give a damn about this country. Could care less about it. This is what it is now. Just get used to it. I ain't used to it. I don't want to get used to it, by God. I'm ready for sleeping. Let me go to sleep.
The problem is, relax, Joe Biden comes in, and I think he was elected for part of partly this reason is that, I mean, mostly because he's not Trump, but also partly people like Joe Biden. There's people who voted because he was Joe Biden. And there's people who voted to get people to hug. A lot of people want the hugging. A lot of people want, and how are you supposed to hug? How are you supposed to reconcile with the people? You don't have, sure, you see the people with the guns and the flags. What is it with flags, too? People always said, oh, the flag, stand and can't burn the flag, don't let it hit the ground. That just seemed to be good old-fashioned patriotism. But nowadays, anytime anybody's got a flag, they got the American flag right next to like a flag with Trump's face on it and the damn Confederate flag. Like, flags are not good. There's not a lot of good flags. What happened to all the good flags? Like, if you're just in a car, okay, like, hey, we're all the popular flags in America. We're in a car. We're going to the beach. Hop in. And you look at them. It's like the American flag. You go, oh, yeah, I like American flag. And then like all the other flags are, what the fuck? That weird cop beating people flag and a Confederate flag. And what's that flag that says Trump? Like, I ain't getting in that car. Hell no. Like, all right, well, we'll come back and go beat the shit out of you then. Fox News sucks.
About half the time there's a Nazi flag with those as well.
Oh, that was one of them. I forgot that one. He pulls up on a motorcycle. I'll see y'all there. You too. Whatever you are. Like, because he can't tell. Maybe he thinks you're, I don't know. He's just looking for a reason to beat you up. Probably should have left. I could have bailed out of this whole flag car thing earlier. So flags, okay. Flags ain't great anymore. And I think I was going somewhere with that, but it's all gone now. It's gone. As soon as I had the Nazi flag on a motorcycle, I lost the rest of it. And then I thought it was going to get racial there, and I didn't want to go there.
The only time you ever want to see a Nazi flag on a motorcycle is in a Clint Eastwood movie.
Because then they're good?
No, because he about to beat the hell out of them.
But then they turn good later.
Well,
in the sequel.
That same thing happened in that American History X or whatever. It's the same damn thing, isn't it?
But there's not a scene in, which is the first one, Every Which Way You Can, Any Which Way But Loose. There's not a sequel in the second one. There's not a scene where the Nazi motorcycle gang with the Nazi paraphernalia flags like, we should get rid of this.
No, they don't ever discuss it or talk about it. They just decide,
we're friends with Clint Eastwood now.
Yeah. And the monkey, too. Friends with him, too. That monkey really did more damage to him, I think, Clint Eastwood did, or as much. He's about equal.
What will the monkey say about our car? Oh, then that's what it's about hugging. And Biden, come on now, let's see you get a hug. Like, you know that Biden, if he does get to come to the White House and talk to Trump during the transition period, Biden's going to be like slapping him on the back and shaking his hand. Maybe not shaking his hand because they can't get that close. Trump may want to shake his hand just to infect him.
It's a coronavirus. This is where it comes in handy for Biden in this regard. Because, like, nope, don't need to have, no.
There will be a picture of Biden offering Trump like a stick of gum, like an old-fashioned 25-cent wintergreen stick of gum, or like giving him like a $20 out of his billfold for some reason. Go get you a cheeseburger. Or something, and people are going to flip the fuck out because people. He got on Twitter. He got elected because people want to see some hugging, even while half people are marching violently in the streets, and other people are saying, "How can we?" Like, they're enabling the violence, and it's 400 years of racism, and now we're supposed to hug. How do we hug? And move forward protecting people.
Every single person that Biden wants to hug, quote unquote, and work with.
Maybe I should say hugging and Biden. Maybe I should stop saying hugging.
Yeah, well, be careful. Yeah, smelling, sniffing.
I had a wrong implication there.
Everybody he wants to make up and be friends and get back to the way the country was, and him, Mitch McConnell, him, McCarthy, they won't even acknowledge that he's a damn president-elect. They won't even mention his name. Mitch McConnell ain't took a phone call from him. Not one. Of course, I don't guess anybody talking to him. But how are you supposed to, make up with people who don't even gonna, I'm gonna work together. I'll show you. Please do. Let me see, because I don't see how it's happening. Especially even if they want to work together and Trump's got his own TV show, the first deal McConnell makes with Biden, can you imagine what Trump's going to say and what he's going to tell all to his people? That ain't going to happen. This world that Biden wants, it's also like an old GOP. It's gone. It don't exist no more. Someday in the future, maybe, I don't know, is it going to have to be a damn war beforehand? Hell, I don't know. But as far as right now is concerned, Republicans and Democrats working hand in hand and going back together. First, I don't remember when that was. But you ain't going to even get nothing close to that. It ain't going to happen as long as you know who big whiny doo-doo baby running his mouth.
Jackie, a little good news, maybe, to close out the news section of our podcast.
I want to hear something, yeah.
Anti-Trump song FDT.
What is it?
FDT.
FDT. I ain't heard it. I don't know what it is.
Fuck Donald Trump.
All right. Watch your mouth.
Come on. Soared to number 1 on iTunes. Re-entered the charts. 2016 rap song Fuck Donald Trump saw its digital sales jump by 740% on Saturday. Also, Miley Cyrus, Party in the USA, Mary J. Blige worked that. I think NSYNC, Bye Bye Bye. But Fuck Donald Trump.
All right.
Very heavily listened to. That was when everybody was happy. When it looked like you could just be happy without also being scared. But you can't at least listen to Fuck Donald Trump.
Hey.
Why are you mad at that?
Just call it what you F word D song. Whatever you said earlier, it doesn't have to say it. I don't need to hear it.
Look, I can see you being upset if it was anybody else, but it's Donald Trump. Why can't I just say Fuck Donald Trump?
I like I said, some things can't go back to the way it was, but that's something I'm going to hold on to. I ain't going to like dirty language, even if he's, cusses someone I don't like. No, sir.
So what, President shit is okay?
Well, yeah. I mean, more okay than the other, yeah.
Fuck Donald Trump. You won't go download that and drive around the square listening to it, blaring it out?
No, I don't need to do that. No.
I'll come pick you up.
You ain't coming over here. Don't come over. I don't want nobody coming over here. Damn, I don't care what holiday it is until I get a shot in my arm and Dr. Fauci says, it's going to work. Then you ain't seen me nowhere. It's Dr. Fauci and Sanjay Gupta. That's the only two TV doctors I listen to now.
Does Fauci give the shot? I think it'd make everybody feel better. I know he's busy and old and tired, and he's had to put up with a lot. But I think if he just traveled around the country like an old-timey doctor, when they used to sell I got this syrup, make you feel good, your liver pills, that kind of. If he just traveled around the country doing that and said, get a Fauci shot, and he touched you, I think people would like to be touched by Dr. Fauci, not in a sexual way. Some people probably. I'm not here to judge. I'm just saying, I think that Fauci coming and giving you the shot personally would make, this is a country that loves celebrity, Jackie. It may not value science, reason, or learning, but it does value celebrity. And Dr. Fauci is a celebrity, and I think his celebrity needle, going in somebody's celebrity arm and or ass for the people who are into it sexually, could be a boon to the health of the nation.
Well, he's going to get fired here pretty soon, so I don't know if he still wants to go do that afterwards.
And actually, how many could you not just go to old folks' home and find Maybe not old folks' home. Maybe
Dr.
where's a place?
80, he's 80 years old. He's old enough to be in one. I'm glad he's not, but I'm just saying he's old himself. That's old people giving each other shots. I don't know,
You can find people that look like Fauci, and nobody would know the difference.
Well, I mean,
true, you just find so you can't really go old folks' home to find the fake Faucis, but you could go to, I don't know, someplace where active seniors are, like a mall where they walk around, or maybe there's some sort of speed dating for seniors. There's those people with them jeans like, that dude's 80.
I got a chill in my bone when you said fake Fauci. Thank goodness that Trump people never did think of that. Good Lord.
Like they just have a fake Fauci that comes on and goes, all of a sudden I think Donald Trump is right.
Well, yeah, anytime. Well, Dr. Fauci said this. He said, what? I don't think that's the case. Come out here right now. He say the other thing. He got a fake Melania.
I don't know why, if there is a fake Melania, I hate being left wing, a damn conspiracy theorist. I don't know why he would need to hide it. Like if he had a fake Fauci, he could have Fauci come out and say whatever. And
he doesn't even have to say nothing. If he just looks like him and don't sound nothing like him, he just nods. He said, "Ain't that right, Dr. Fauci?" And he just nod. Yeah, he
just called him fake Fauci. He said fake.
That's true.
And people say, I like fake Fauci better than Dr. Fauci.
He makes a lot more sense. He understands this a lot better than the real one.
Yeah, give me fake Fauci any day. And it'd be like fake, and then something will happen and be fake Fauci sucks. Fake Fauci won't even know what happened. I thought I was doing a good job. Like, well, no, fake Fauci. Now the Proud Boys are marching through going fake Fauci sucks, and you are fired. Like I never said a word. You fell into disfavor.
That'd be confusion on CNN. Well, thank you for speaking to us, Dr. Fauci. Here to protest that is fake. Just have him on right after the real one, fake Fauci.
And then when Trump fires fake Fauci, they just get faker Fauci, fake Fauci too.
Thank y'all again for joining us today as we see democracy dismantled piece by piece, daily, by the grand old part of themselves. We appreciate you taking the time to listen to this while they do that. You think, probably should be busy making other plans, getting ready, getting prepared. Of course, none of us really know how to prepare for this. I really don't think. That's the thing about the whole thing, him leaving. Like nobody, well, what if he doesn't leave? Nobody's ever dealt with that before. How do we get ready for that?
I think people, I hate to go back into politics when we're in the post-politics portion of this podcast, but I would say that was a lot of alliteration. I would say that most people thought, what if there's ever somebody at this big asshole?
Yeah.
Nobody going to like him. They won't be like voting for him. They'll be like, dude's an asshole. No, that's what they were voting for him because he's an asshole.
Yeah.
Well, voting for him because he's an asshole. I do not understand how the slave owners who created this country ever thought that people, like even they were like, I know I'm an asshole, but the thing is, violence, racism, system of white supremacy that we're building here in this nation, that keeps, like, yes, I'm an asshole for owning slaves, true, but I've got all this, people are going along with it because they're being forced to under threat of violence. So that's going to work out for me. But if I were an asshole and I was just asking people to hang on and work for me for free, like they wouldn't do that because I'm an asshole for even asking that. So they couldn't even these people who owned other human beings couldn't conceive of a nation where an asshole where free people would vote to keep the asshole. They thought, well, assholes have to have, and listen, the asshole is working the violence angle too.
Oh yeah,
threat of violence. He's keeping that in the. But so far, he just is an asshole, and people are like, I like that.
Yeah, I never could have prepared for that myself, and I'm not that I was ever a slave owner or condoned slave. Don't lump me into that group. The only thing I got familiar with them is like, hell, I don't know.
Age.
Well, not the age. It's just what I'm saying is no. Listen, keep coming back and checking in with us. If we figure out how to prepare for this and what to do, we'll be the first to tell you. But hell, we all in the dark, Paul. I'm concerned.
Dune buggies.
If any of y'all know how to deal fish, let us know. I'll take some suggestions.
Dune buggies and Costco packs of Lance Captain Wafers, cream cheese and chives. Food and transportation. That's what you're going to need, folks.
All right. Well, it's a part of the thing where we do sponsors, local sponsors. I got to do a sponsor. We also got a Padron page. Well,
Patreon.
People go on it, and if you give us $1, that's great. If you give us $2, even better. But if you give us $5, that's the best. Well, no, there's some people actually give us more than that. Bless their hearts. I guess that's better. But anyhow, $5 or more, you get another one of these just for you, just for a $5
Patreon.
It's 20 extra minutes with both of us here, still going, still talking. Sometimes we talk a lot more than that 20 minutes, so more than likely you're probably going to get a little more in 20 minutes. And that don't mean in the future we're going to do them for 5 minutes. No, sir. That doesn't mean, well, hell, we gave them 45 minutes that last time. This week we only had, no, sir.
No.
Every time.
That would require us to keep track of things.
No. We'll not be happy. You'll always get 20 minutes or more if you give us $5 monthly on the, what is it, page?
Patreon. Also, that could start seeming oppressive. You are under no obligation to listen to these 20 extra minutes with Jackie.
No. Some people, they even told us, look, this one's enough. I won't give y'all some money, but I really don't need that other. But it's there for you if you change your mind. That's all.
If you're this kind of person who would like to give us money, but and know that you would never, ever listen to 20 extra minutes because you just can't handle it. It's too many minutes. And the vague threat of its existence being in your head could cause you to have some sort of anxiety attack.
Wow.
I don't know how to. I guess we could send you an email if you give us some money, and we could send you an email saying it won't be available to you. We'll block you, or just something that won't be true. But that if you need that to put your mind at rest, so that you're not always afraid of these extra minutes with Jackie and Dunlap, that you feel an obligation to listen to. I completely understand. Maybe you're a people pleaser. Maybe you're just sort of overwhelmed at work. Maybe the kids are really acting up. We're all going through a lot with these Zoom times. Whatever your reasons are, let us know. We can work it out. Is what I'm saying. That's patreon.com/Red State Update. We'll be recording 20 extra minutes with Jackie and Dunlap as soon as we're done here. Who knows what exciting topics we'll talk about this week. Folks, get on over there at patreon.com/Red State Update and listen or don't or ignore or block out of your mind with meditation and a soothing music app on Spotify.
I don't know how the computer works, but I'm sure there's some way if you won't give us money, we can make a computer not send it to you. I don't even know how it works. How do if you want it, how do you get it? I don't even know. I don't give it.
Yeah, I don't know that part either.
Yeah. However it's set up, I hope it's working. I hope it's working for y'all who do want to hear it. But not only do we have the wonderful people that help support us and keep us going and keep the computer running, we also need a little extra help. That's right. From local sponsors from here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Of course, if you live here, you're going to learn about a lot of new restaurants, a lot of new, stores, shops, everything you can think of. You're going to learn a little something. Or maybe you already knew about it, but I'm pretty sure every now and then you're going to hear something. Well, I didn't know about that. I'm going to go down there now. Nowadays, you wouldn't go down there, but, get on the computer, order something, have it worked. Don't want to go out without a mask on and on. Tennessee's getting bad, by the way. Tennessee listeners, y'all be careful. Don't call your families and tell them you love them, but you can't come home this Thanksgiving if you ain't in a bubble with them already. Seriously, it's getting bad. Tennessee, just watch yourself, watch your family. If you got a member of a family who don't believe any of this, and I know sadly a lot of us do, It ain't real. It ain't. I don't know what to tell you. Just try to tell them if there's a way to trick them into wearing a mask and staying home. Do that. But whatever it is, I don't know what it is. That's something we got to figure out. Just take care of yourself. Yeah, and wherever you are in the country, I think it's pretty bad everywhere, isn't it? I mean, Tennessee in particular, but I think everywhere. So just take care of yourself.
Yeah, it ain't good.
No,
we're not turning the corner. If that's what you're asking,
nothing.
We're not rounding the bend. Whatever he said.
There's a vaccine. The vaccine, the years old, something like that. Yes, absolutely. There's a little good news, but yeah, that's
he was mad about that vaccine. He's mad about that. It ain't called the Trump vaccine. You don't go to a Trump vending machine and get it. Trump himself ain't giving out. First of all, he'd never touch anybody and get close enough to give you a shot. If you needed a shot from Trump, if you got bit by a snake and he had the venom and had to give you a shot, like, you're not going to get it. He's not going to touch you. He's not going to stick nothing in you unless you, I mean, according to several lawsuits and accounts by women, that's not true either. So he's that's the thing when people say that he's a germaphobe. I don't even know if I believe that, because this germaphobe is a rapist. So it doesn't. Sorry, we got dark, folks. But it's our president. And we have to keep saying these terrible things about him because they're true.
And there's also a terrible virus ravaging our country because the president didn't do anything about it. So it really always goes back to him. Sorry, let's try to stay away from that right now. We want to support our local sponsors. They're our way to still order things, go places with masks, pick things up. We're still going. Things, doing the best we can. We could be doing a lot better if people did the right thing, but hopefully y'all are listening and doing the right thing and stay safe, and we hope your family stay safe. But yeah, we got some local sponsors here in Murfreesboro. If you're from Murfreesboro, obviously there's some things if you have to be traveling through, which you shouldn't be doing right now. You shouldn't be coming to Tennessee for Thanksgiving or anything at the moment. Please stay safe and stay home and masked at this time. But yeah, I got a sponsor today. I just want to go ahead and get it over with. I got to do it real fast, so just let me do it and get it done. Yes, the sponsor today is the Cat Cuddling Club. If you like cats, if you like little noses, you like the whiskers on the face and the funny fluffy feet and pretty tails, short hair, long hair, tabby, any kind. Cat Cuddling Club. That's my sponsor. It is legally been determined that is my sponsor. That will be my sponsor for at least the next 3 months. It says here for now, until we find out different, hopefully. But until then, that doesn't mean I'm not going to do it. I mean, I ain't doing the one sponsor here for this going to do the 3 months of it. I ain't saying that. I still keep doing it because I got to. So it's a Cat Cuddling Club. Who doesn't love a cat? Who doesn't love a little wet little noses and whiskers and their sweet purrs and their little bean feet and all that. So Cat Cuddling Club is what it says here. Murfreesboro's official Cat Cuddling Club. If you love cats, want to cuddle, this is the club you want to be in. Murfreesboro Cat Cuddling Club. I'm done. Go on. Who's yours?
Are you a member of that club? Because I know that you were a member of the Gravy Lovers Club.
No. Watch how you say that word on here. Before you say any of that, I have to say I'm officially done with my sponsors. You can say whatever you want. You ain't in no trouble. So you can say it, but I can't. Maybe I ain't supposed to respond to it or acknowledge it or whatever. But that wasn't the name of the name of the club was Haters Not.
Folks, if you're listening to this, if you've been listening to us recently, since we started doing sponsors again, Jackie was, I hope am I speaking in a grave enough tone? Not a gravy tone, but a grave
tone.
Watch
it. You can say it.
I want to treat this with seriousness.
Well, I guess it is serious. I mean, if your courts decide courts are making some good decisions evidently in this country right now concerning the election and fraud and whatnot. But when it comes to old men wanting to have a club about a substance that they love to consume and discuss and talk about, if the courts ain't backing me up like they are election, and that's more important. Election's more important. I ain't saying it's not. I ain't trying to be in the same, ballpark as that. I understand. That's more important. Good. I'm glad those judges are making that decision, but it seems like some judges could be making some better decisions concerning just men getting up in age. Maybe a few young men that enjoy the company. Maybe a few younger men, I should say, that enjoy pouring a liquid substance on the biscuits or on the pork chops or on whatever it may be, and love different recipes, different ways to make it, love to taste it with one another and discuss and talk about future substances of the same nature that they haven't tried yet, that they look forward to trying at some point in their life. Seems like maybe a few judges would just speak up and make a decision or two in favor of a club along those lines. But no.
Are we still talking about gravy?
What? I can't.
Are we talking about love?
What? Well, one goes before the other, and I didn't put those words together. You can take it how you want to. I can't.
I guess that's true. Are we talking about gravy? Are we talking about love? Or are we talking about gravy lovers? A club for gravy.
No club of that exists. No club whatsoever exists of that name. I don't know why you would say it on here. You cannot say it. You cannot say it within 100 feet of me.
I didn't know there was measurements involved.
I didn't know there was restraining orders for words. That's new to me. I never knew that. I thought a word is what you say. No.
You sound like Andrew Sullivan now. Listen, folks, I want to say what I think has happened. And Jackie, since you apparently the law is in the way of your talking.
The law is that I have to have a sponsor for the next 3 months, and that sponsor is the Cat Cuddling Club.
Wait, are you saying the Cat Cuddling Club has to be sponsored for the next 3 months?
That, as of now, as we speak, a judge has determined that. Hopefully, a future judge will be, sending that back, if you want to call it appeal, whatever it is. But as of now, I have to have a sponsor. I've done my sponsor. It's Cat Cuddling Club. It's if you like a little nosy, like a little feet, like a little whisker, like a little fluffy, tail, feet, all of it.
Uh-huh. Because you don't have to say anything, Jackie. But just let me try to catch people up. There was a club. It was called the Gravy Lovers Club.
I don't know of anything. I can't.
It's called Gravy Lovers.
I cannot confirm or deny that.
And then Fancy Feast, the cat food company that puts out a brand called Gravy Lovers, found out about the damn Gravy Lovers Club in Murfreesboro. I don't know if people just are looking for something to do during the pandemic times. Maybe work has slowed down, but they sued the Gravy Lovers, the Murfreesboro chapter of Gravy Lovers. I believe there was a chapter somewhere else, but they didn't. I don't know if y'all work together that often. I believe that was said at one point. So then they had to change their name from Gravy Lovers. There were lawyers involved from different cities, and the lawyers were also named for cities that were different from the cities they were from.
The only one of them I can mention is Smyrna Meacham. He's from Lebanon. I heard tell he was a good lawyer. We all thought he was. He seemed to know what he was talking about. He seemed to I don't get out often. That's probably what it was. I had to mask up and wear gloves and go to his office. So maybe that's what I was thinking. I was just impressed to be anywhere. Everything looked good to me. I hadn't been out of the damn bunker for how many, months now.
Yeah, that happened. That happened to me when I went to that illegal pop-up strip club.
Wow. Now, he seemed impressive to me at the time. Turns out, I guess he wasn't too impressive. And it doesn't really matter whether he's impressive to me or not, I've discovered, The only person that matters if he's impressive to is a damn judge. And certain judges, I don't think gonna be impressed any which way, one way or the other. When it goes, I said too much already. I ain't gonna say anything else. I'm done.
Because there
was a cat cuddling club. That's the sponsor for
there was a legal decision that said you had to change your name, and you changed it to Gravy Haters Not Club. And there had to be a representative from Fancy Feast. I think his name was Todd. If I'm getting this story straight at all, Jackie.
Todd is the current president. Yes, Todd. I'm very familiar with him. He is our president
of the Cat Cuddling Club.
He's president of the Cat Cuddling Club. I work for him.
You work for him.
Well, I'll be working for him for the next, unless somebody else makes another decision. If I can find a better lawyer, smarter Meacham, for the next foreseeable 3 months. I am I'm a treasurer for President Todd. That's with the title that I work under him, and that's why I'm having to pay for all of these for the next 3 months. Pay $25 on here. So I'm treasurer. I'm in charge of money. It says so's a judge. So President Todd, I'm doing what I'm doing. I know he's listening right now. I hope I'm doing a good job. I hope I'm doing everything that we agreed upon, at least for the foreseeable next 3 months. We'll see about that, maybe.
So a couple of weeks ago, the last time we did sponsors, apparently part of the rules that were agreed to in a court of law were that for Gravy Haters Not Club, you had to show up with a can of Fancy Feast and a cat. Am I on the right track here, Jackie? And then you had to feed the cat.
That should be the statement I have on that. These are conditions that every club, no matter what kind of club, these are conditions that all clubs should adhere to. Is feeding the cat the delicious taste of Fancy Feast. Gravy. Well, nope. I could say Gravy Lovers only after following Fancy Feast Gravy Lovers. That's the only those I can only say that word in between the other ones. So every club should adhere to the rules. Fancy Feast Gravy Lovers, feed the cat.
Wow, cancel culture, Jackie, and apparently they screwed up. Somebody, who was it? You weren't allowed to say, but it was Killian, wasn't it?
I'm allowed to say it now, and I'll say it loud as I can. Killian, yes. Last week there was issues with that. He has been he no longer affiliated with any club, as far as I know. There ain't no club that's going to have him. Cat Cuddling Club, he is forbidden to ever set foot in or have anything to do with. That's Killian. I ain't going to say his last name, but I don't want to get him too much trouble. But
he showed up with them little surprises.
That's
a Friskies product.
Definitely not. I definitely cannot say that what you just said. Nor do I miss saying it.
I didn't even know little slurp prizes existed, but they're cat food compliments and toppers. You add them to a meal or you serve it as a snack between meals, but it's not a meal in itself.
You do not do any of what you just said, any of the above at a cat cuddling club. None of what you just said is allowed and ever will be allowed, according to President Todd. So don't even just let it go. I'm done. All right, I did it.
If you do, right? I think this is a good warning to give people if they go out to the store looking for little slurp prizes that you have to feed an average adult cat.
You're saying this on your own
per day.
You're saying this on your own. You have no affiliation. You are not a member of the Murfreesboro Cat Cuddling Club, nor have you ever been. President Todd nor I can, request that you say this. And we can request it, but we can in no way forbid you to say whatever words you choose to. But that's separate from me. You say what you want. I ain't got nothing to do with it.
I understand. I'm taking the risk because I don't want people to go out of here thinking that Frisky's Little Surprises are intended as a meal. Frisky's Little Surprises, and I'm getting this straight off the website, are intended for supplemental feeding only.
All right.
This compliment.
That's it. That's for other. Listen, you're pushing it. You're pushing it. Ain't gonna get you in trouble. You ain't got nothing wrong with the line. I do. You need to just leave it at that. Leave it at that. Cats do not need to engage in any way with what you just mentioned. The only thing safe for if you are a responsible and caring and loving cat cuddling club member, you would never feed your cat anything but delicious, fancy-faced gravy lovers.
I just want to say, because a lot of listeners probably didn't even know that things like something like the name such as Little Surprises even existed until, thanks to Killian showing up with the Little Surprises instead of Fancy Feast Gravy Lovers. Todd apparently went crazy, shut down the whole club.
President Todd.
He just declared himself president. I guess. See, this is what happens, folks. And I don't want to make light of it, but when it's rotten at the top, it's rotten all the way down. But I do want people to know, if they go out to the store to get Little Surprises, supplemental feeding only, the complement may be fed daily along with a complete food diet. Just don't go out thinking you can do. Listen, I'm going to read you some reviews. My cats love chicken, so they devoured this one. Only con is that it's too runny. Made my cat's whiskers messy. Not sure I would purchase more. That's a comment on the Purina Friskies Wet Cat Food Little Surprises Shredded Chicken Topper page if you want to go. Cat did not like. I tried this in place of my cat's daily Sheba wet food, and my cat. Well, see, that's the problem. You can't. It's not a meal; it's a meal complement. And my cat took a few licks and left. Says, got the fuck out of there. My cat is not picky at all. Well, eat dog food, human food, you name it. Or give it to him, and he'll eat it. Very surprised by this. 3 stars. Cat enjoyed, not as much as the whitefish variety.
Well, my
cat enjoyed this, I think, mainly because of the dreamy sauce. It's in a dreamy sauce, by the way. Little Surprises come in.
Listen, you're pushing my luck. You're pushing my luck. Just because I can't mention that, you can't sit here and do a whole commercial for these Slurpables.
I think these are warnings. I don't think it's a commercial. Listen to this. She licked all the sauce up, and then she left all the chicken bits. I don't know if it's because they were quite stiff, similar to jerky, and then they don't taste good. I would prefer this product in a different package. If you haven't seen it, it's in a slender package. See, once all the liquid comes out, the bits of food that are remaining have to be pulled out of the package by hand. There's a review I'm reading. I would definitely purchase various varieties of these if in a tin or other container. That's true. Can you imagine sliding your fat adult hand down into a slimy dream sauce coated packet to fish out all the stiff jerky like prizes in the Slurp prize package?
You're gonna get me in trouble
about
these Slurpables. You can't talk about Slurpables on this at all. You're gonna get me in trouble. Just let it go, okay? Just let it go. Cat cuddling.
My cats loved eating this treat. It left a mess on their faces, though. I had to wipe it off their faces. That's 2 that says you're going to get a mess all over your cat's faces. 2 reviews on Little Surprises.
All right.
So does that mean you're the treasure of the cat cuddlers?
I don't know what it means. I can't say any of that, and you're getting too close to the only sponsor that I have mentioned that is a true sponsor since I started talking on here is the Murfreesboro Cat Cuddling Club or Murfreesboro Chapter Cat Cuddling Club, President Todd. I'm treasurer. I give $25. I'm done. That's it for now. I'll talk to you for the next 3 months on this, I guess.
Don't scare everybody away. Do you at least get to cuddle cats? Come on, surely you at least get to cuddle cats in the cat cuddling club.
You got to have one there. I say that you can't. You don't not going to be mean to it. Some cats don't like it. some cats don't like being cuddled, just like some cats don't like slurpables. Some don't want to be cuddled. They won't be the head scratched or whatever. They want to lay down in your lap. But as soon as you start to cuddling, they're gone. That's just some animals. I don't think you can push that. It's a cat cuddling club, so if you don't actually cuddle them, you dream about it, think about it, whatever. Pet them on the head. I don't know. I probably messed this up. Sorry, Todd.
Well, you did say slurpables instead of slurprizes, so I just wanted to correct. I wanted to correct the record. So that's Little Slurprizes by the Friskies Corporation, folks. Going out there, get this meal compliment, and
that's you. They must have give you $25 because I give $25 for Murfreesboro Cat Cuddling Club. That's my sponsor. I'm done. I talked about it too much. I talked about it way more than I wanted to.
How much time per week are you spending on the Cat Cuddling Club, would you say?
Well, it's 2 damn hours out of every day.
Out of every day? 2 hours? Does that include weekends?
I said every day. That's 7 days a week.
It's an unpaid position.
It's costing me money. Not only would I had to pay the lawyer, now I got to pay this $25 damn month. Not to mention, monthly fees. And there's weekly fees, monthly fees, and yearly fees. I don't know why I can't just do it all one thing. Like, no, you got to give this, but this. Todd's got rule after rule for this, and he got damn fancy lawyers to back each and every one of them up. And I'm tired of seeing a judge sit up there and bang his gavel and look at me like, you going to do this with the cat. You going to do that with the cat. I had it. I had enough. Country's gone to hell.
Is Killian okay? Is he in jail or is he?
I can't even threatened? Talk to him. I'm not allowed to talk to him.
I just don't understand.
None of us talk to him or anything. I hope he's doing well. If you see him, tell him no hard feelings. It's all Todd. It ain't me.
So that is Slurpables.
No.
Folks, I got a sponsor this week, Jackie. I think you will like. It's Thanksgiving time once again. Almost. It's coming right up, and cannot wait. The year 2020. It's been so rough with so many things going on. I can't wait for everybody to gather under one roof. Finally, just family, friends, everybody getting together, just hugging and kissing. Nope, wrong. That was a test. How did you feel? Did you feel like, I want to do that? Well, you are an idiot. You are a cry at commercials, sentimental fool, and you're going to get yourself and a bunch of people killed, you dumb ass. Don't get some bologna, get some bread. That's all you get for Thanksgiving this year. That's it.
Be happy you got that. If you get it, be happy. That's good enough.
You can't even, if you live in the same house with you can't even be with them. Whoever you live with, you got to go to separate rooms to eat a damn sandwich and come back out and stare at each other. Can't even turn an electric light on. You have to just, as the sun sets, you just sit in a darker and darker room. That's Thanksgiving in 2020. That's thanks to Trump. Fuck him. Fuck you too.
Hey, watch your mouth. But yeah.
But if you are cooking this year, we've got a recipe that I think Jackie's really going to like. We have probably talked on here. We talked on here before about the Coley's brand of snacks and entertainment.
Sure, yeah, Coley. They make good stuff. They're good. Yeah, I like Coley's. Yeah.
Well, one thing that everybody can agree on this Thanksgiving when we're all in a cold civil war, as Meemaw blames you for, being on Facebook and spreading rumors about how Biden won instead of backing the president and his brown shirts. Is that little Coley sweet cakes are probably the best damn thing you can put in your mouth. Everybody I love to go to the store and get a box of little Coley sweet cakes. I love to go to the store and get a 50-cent individually wrapped little Coley sweet cake. I can't do either of those things right now because of my weight. I'm high risk. But little Coley sweet cakes is Murfreesboro's favorite snack food with the picture of a little lady on it. That's little Coley. And I tell you something, it's just seeing her face. There's just a few people whose face you see that makes you hungry as hell. And little Coley, she's one of them. Little Coley sweet cakes. And you're thinking to yourself, well, Dunlap, yes, everybody loves little Coley sweet cakes, but it's Thanksgiving. There ain't no room.
Sam Campbell's soup kids, remember them?
Oh, yeah, they make you hungry.
I get hungry, say that little boy or girl have big fat cheeks, mouth full of soup. Yeah.
Are their cheeks so fat because they've got soup in their mouths? Like about to spit them out?
I assumed it. That's why the Campbell soup kids. That's what they call them, isn't it?
I just didn't know that they had a mouthful of soup. Hell, spit it right in my mouth. I'm hungry. Y'all kids made me hungry. I like Charlie Tuna make me hungry. Something about the glass, the whole thing, his whole get up make me hungry. See him sitting there.
He's good. Yeah, I like him. Is that? Sorry, Charlie.
Sorry, Charlie. He's one of them. He'd be a top one. Top make me hungry. Not for tuna though. Hamburger usually.
Yeah.
Something about him just looks like somebody you get in a car with and ride to McDonald's. Hey, Charlie, you ready for a hamburger?
Oh, Chef Boyardee. Every time you see his face, you won't get spaghetti or something, meatball or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. That's a good one, too. Anything on cereal box, all of them. Advertising works.
Preferably non-racist advertising. There's some people who used to make me hungry, but now I realize it's racist. I won't mention them by name.
But the thing is, you've grown and you have accepted, and people don't have to accept your apology. But the truth is, now you don't get hungry.
Food can still taste good, and you don't have to be racist about it. Is what I've learned. I've grown to learn.
That wasn't true for a long time in the South. People were like, I can't be racist. I won't eat a thing.
Yeah.
Little Coley sweet cakes has no place at Thanksgiving, you say. The table is overloaded. There is no more room. The table can bear no further weight. No room for Little Coley's sweet cakes. Well, what if we replaced that dressing, cornbread dressing, how about that stuff in your family's recipe, that stovetop stuff, and however you make that stuff in that dressing? Little Coley sweet cake stuffing, Little Coley sweet cake dressing. It just depends on whether you want to feel like a real country person or a Yankee. They got it in two boxes: one Yankee section and country section. And you got a Little Coley sweet cake, and you can get it in all the flavors of all your favorite Little Coley sweet cakes, like Hunzy bun. It used to be called honey bun, but then because there was no honey in it, that they were forced to add the S to Hunzy. But now they just kind of leaned into it. So it's like Hunzy. They sell Hunzy. You can get Hunzy just in a jar by itself. Coley's Hunzy. We take the bees out of it. Hunzy bun, oatmeal floof piewich, almost apple handwad. Used to be called apple handwad, but you know what happened. Devil's food stick for Christians. A lot of people won't buy. I remember being a little kid. Can I have this devil's food cake? Once you want angel food cake. Is that racist? Everything is racist. I don't mean that in the way of everything's racist. It's like we live in a white supremacist society that was built to make white people feel better about themselves and to succeed at the expense of other people. So when you're like, is that racist too? Hell, is everything racist? Just be like, yeah, it is, and we have to work for a better world.
Try to make it not. Yeah, try to turn not. No. If it's racist, it's racist. There's nothing you can do to make it not racist. It's just we should try not to be racist. Is what I meant to say. Yeah,
you're just gonna find out all these things that you love probably have some roots in racism. You want me to forward you the article on the Broadman Church hymnal and its Klan roots? Because I can. You know what? It's racist, reckon with it, deal with it, work through it yourself, work for a better world when you come out the other side. That comedian that your grandpa loved, yep, he was racist. He became popular because of racism. Grandpa's wealth that let you live in that house, that also came from. Look, it's getting dark again. I just want to run through. They had the P asterisk nut butter rectangle squares, which used to be called peanut butter, and they had to change peanut and butter. And so peanut was a P asterisk nut, but then it was so little like peanuts, they had to actually spell asterisk out in the name. So it's P asterisk nut butter, BUDDER rectangle squares, saucy ball jelly load, outer space whole crunch. It used to be called whole crunch, but they changed that because you shouldn't be crunching nothing next to nobody's holes. Nanner slabs. All the flavors of all the little Holy Sweet cakes are available to you in stuffing and dressing mix form. And you say, well, I don't want stuffing dressing. Ain't supposed to be sweet. What difference does it make when it gets on that Thanksgiving plate? You got the sweet potatoes on there, and the marshmallows, the cranberry sauce. Half that Thanksgiving plate is sweet. Anywho.
That's true.
It don't matter if you get a sweet stuffing dressing. And folks, you may not be able to see Meemaw this year. You may not be able to see Peepaw this year. You may not be able to see Aunt Lucinda. You may not be able to see so many people that you love and or tolerate, but you know who is welcome and who is available is little Coley. Bring her, see her hunger-making face this Thanksgiving. You'll be so glad you did. I can't wait to make me a nanner slab stuffing dressing. I can't wait to put some of that nanner slab dressing on top of that turkey and smother it with that delicious gravy. Hey, what kind of gravy are you going to have for Thanksgiving this year, Jackie?
Just shut up.